sideways. I actually close my eyes just for maybe a second. If you've had your eyes open for a while, you know, you may blink when the gate drops.
The gate's gonna drop between 5 and 8 seconds.
No counting for the gate to drop.
When I'm counting in my head, it's going way faster than real time. You don't really count, but I don't know, you just kind of have a feeling.
As a rider, you are so focused on a millimeter of that little tab moving, the ultimate concentration, and any little movement of that, you're going.
I always stare at the middle of my gate. Some people look at that pin because they think that's the first thing that's gonna move. But when I stare at the pin, I come out crooked.
Because I feel like the longer you look at a certain spot, the worse your reaction is gonna get. So I take 2 to 3 seconds to stare ahead.
Normally you look off to the left side of it. You know, you're not seeing the guy's clutch next to you, but you're seeing the guy's throttle because his throttle is normally steady.
I pick like a rock or a piece of dirt that I look over the gate.
The gates will actually flex. They'll actually move before they drop. You have to kind of pay attention to that.
As soon as that gate even flinches, it even moves.
Try to let the clutch out as quick as possible and, you know, get that horsepower to the ground.
Throttle always depends on dirt. So like if it's a little bit slicker, you want maybe a little bit lower throttle just so you can get more traction. And if it's tacky, you want to explode out of the gate so you can be a little bit more wide open.
The goal is to be 100% throttle and just feeding your clutch just enough to where you have just a tiny wheelie.
The quicker you can let your clutch out and leave it out, the better your start's gonna be without wheeling. If you have to double clutch it, triple clutch it, you know, try to get the front wheel down, you're gonna lose time.
Pole shot goes Andrew Short. He has been so good on his starts on that KTM.
He's been good on his starts throughout his whole career.
Most guys start in second, but you know, Andrew Schwartz has been known to start in third.
Check this out, boom. That's third gear.
Obviously, third gear is not meant to be used to start from a standstill. The second race I did a third gear start, it was at Dallas 2 years ago, and I stalled coming out of the gate, and so I was last to the first turn, so that's what can go wrong. You have to understand second gear, it's gonna keep it in a right RPM range where there's the most torque and power. For third gear, it requires a lot more RPMs from the engine to keep that same amount of torque and power, but for some reason, I have it dialed.
What it allows him to do is he just stays one constant motion, throttle and clutch. He's not worried about pulling his left boot up and shifting.
How many shifts or gears, it really depends on how long to start. Normally one. Sometimes if it's short enough, it'll start in second, be in the first corner in second too.
Once you're past the gate, all bets are off half the time.
Oh! Wow. A big off right in the middle of the pack.
It's crazy. Obviously, we're 20 people going into the same turn.
Oh, they locked bars there.
Oh, he was not happy.
For the most part, like you just try and keep your legs tucked in next to the foot pegs and holding tight.
You use your bike more for position than you use your body. You may, you know, kind of ram somebody a little bit.
I know a few times that I've actually, you know, had my elbow on a guy's fender and like pushed off of it. Or you go into a corner and a guy's leaning, you'll hit him with an elbow and pop his hand off. We shouldn't say this stuff is dirty. This is dirty, yeah. But there's a lot of stuff that, you know, I think if AMA would have caught it, we might be having some extra penalties on the gates.